So what these medications did is they enabled me to look good in a headshot, and they made me stop having fight or flight reactions to talk fast. They slowed you down, they slowed your breathing, they did something. It's a chemical lobotomy. They stick an ice pick in your eye socket and they slice your brain in half, and it enabled me to look good in headshots. There was a woman named Tracy Wright Corporal. I'm going to get into this story later because it's just too complex. But Nye County made that infamous. They made that completely infamous. And if you Google me, I don't have time to edit the headshot in there, but she acquired the portfolio for everyone in Hawaii News now, which is under free television now. But you see how my face does that? When I'm talking, my face does these weird things. My face does these weird things. And the medication stopped that. However, it slowed me down, and I think there's an exact percentage. There's a multiplier. In order to stop my face from doing things like that when I'm talking, what it did was it actually made me talk slower, think slower, and the term they use is flatten everything out. And because it stopped my adrenal reactions, I put on 200 pounds. You have to fight or flight. And as I've realized, it's actually prevented me from putting on muscle. It kept me overweight. And had I never been drugged, and I didn't let me just be nuts like this and look nuts and be spastic like that, as it turns out, if they would have let me move fast, if they would have let me be that way, I would have connected with a community of people that would have been like, all right. And as I continued to interact with that community of people, that would have, over time, as they say, flattened out without medication. So because they put me on these drugs during what was a particularly developmental sensitive period at the age of 12, at the age of 13, during puberty, which, like I was talking about, you got to watch all the previous videos that made my penis never develop. My penis is the size of a pencil eraser. I put a picture of it in my book, Come Back of the Century. It gave me these man boobs. Look at that. I'm gonna have to look at that. That's to give you perspective. How am I gonna get married to some beautiful girl in Carlsbad with a house like Kelly Simek if my tits are bigger than hers? So okay, when I lose the weight, it'll look better. Like if you can go Google me when I've got 80 pounds to lose, and we're gonna do it. We're doing it by training for the LA Marathon. But what this medication is to do is to realize, well, why would they do this? Now, my psychiatrist, it wasn't even his fault. He's just as much a victim of it. They follow this thing called the DSM. That as it turns out, there's a eugenic component to it. You identify someone that is overcompensating in order to develop normalcy that has bad genes. So the person is marked as having bad genes. We're going to slow them down. We're going to stop them from overcompensating. We're going to stop them from moving quickly. And the person could have been an athlete. The person might have not put on 200 pounds. The person might have been incredibly strong. But we're going to stop the person from overcompensating. And in order to reward the person for that, basically it makes them autistic. And another thing to note is that I was talking about how if you listen to recordings of me when I was on these drugs and recordings of me now, yes, it's slower, and also I sound effeminate. These medications make you effeminate, so that goes right hand in hand with the fact that my penis didn't develop. I developed man breasts, man boobs, female breast tissue, and I'm a man. It all goes hand in hand, and I can't ever say that my psychiatrist was evil or that he was someone trying to protect wealthy families because I know I had to break into their wealth and I was attracted, or trying to protect white women for me because that's what I like, white women. So I can't say that that's what it was, because he was just following the diagnostic statistical manual. It was all standard of practice. But sure enough, 7 years of being on these drugs now make me developmentally behind.